The Wizard of Za is an underground pizzeria, almost like a speakeasy for pizza. We don't really advertise. There's no signage outside the building. It's very much if you know type deal. With a business model like that, you're always taking a chance of, if the product's not good, folks aren't gonna tell their friends, tell their family, and keep customers coming in. But we've been super blessed and lucky to have a customer base that is supportive and has just continued to spread the word about what we're doing. I always, from a young age, had an interest in kind of getting my hands dirty in the kitchen. I like to kind of go back through old photos and, there's pictures of me stirring sauce at like age 3 with my underwear on my head as like a chef's cap. I loved learning, my grandma's recipes that my mom always cooked, and now, always reaching back to my mom for recipes that she always cooked. And so it's very much that recipe being passed down mentality. And then what we try to do here is kind of take those recipes and, start to put our own spin on it. I've always kind of been in the food and beverage industry in some capacity. And most recently before this, worked at a local catering company in town for about 3.5 years. And when the pandemic hit, unfortunately, the events industry came to a halt and was unfortunately furloughed. Like most folks, when the pandemic hit, we're all cooking at home. While I had been doing that my whole life, here was an opportunity to really have fun with it. And so I start making pizzas and posting them on Instagram. And next thing I know, I've got friends and family in Columbus that are like, whoa, what is this? They had them and absolutely loved them. And next thing I knew, they're sharing with their family and friends about my pizzas. And then those folks are reaching out. And so very quickly, I had to kind of do a 180 and figure out, all right, how do I start making pizza for all these people? I've got no business plan. I've got nothing figured out. So I'm very much flying by the seat of my pants. Luckily enough, with the way that the word was spreading, started to have a lot of local restaurant groups reaching out, interested in working with me and the concept, because a lot of restaurants at the time were trying to find creative ways to survive the pandemic, literally. And one of those groups was Fusion. I'm able to focus on the food. I'm able to focus on the customers and the experience. And Fusion's able to help me out with, the business end of things and making sure that all of that is being done properly. And so it's really been a match made in heaven. The Wizard of Za name was kind of unintentional. We started as like a foodie Instagram account that I had. And it was all based around pizza and was just kind of looking for a fun name. And so Wizard of Za was what I had chosen at the time. But over time, as COVID hit, people started to associate the pizzas that I was making with the Wizard of Za. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, and so I'm used to kind of that Sicilian style, a little bit thicker crust. It's about a 1/2 inch. It's very different than what you'd find down here in Columbus, which is the thin, crispy, party cut style pizza. We're making everything here from scratch. We're taking the time to handcraft each one. To make all the focaccia dough. To make all the sauce. Pull the mozzarella. To top it just right. We use a fired oven. So every single pizza in the oven is getting turned just right and moved into hot spots. We're not just firing it down a conveyor belt. This whole experience, from the moment that somebody would get on the list to order pies, to the moment that they order, to the reminder email that they get, and to finally picking it up, we wanted each step of that to be an experience. And so as we brought on a staff that could help get that down, What we've found in that situation is that it keeps things really organized. You know, from a customer standpoint, we probably all have that favorite pizza place that's very popular, and you call and it just rings off the hook. And so for us, we thought, well, here's an opportunity for folks to be able to go straight to the messaging and see, oh, they're sold out for tonight. You know, you're not gonna waste 5 minutes of your time frustrated trying to get a reservation that just isn't gonna happen. The other portion of it being that we make everything from scratch day of. And so this allows us to come in every day, know exactly how much to make, not have waste. You know, we know how much to order. And so there's an environmental impact, which is great. We're also then able to pay a little more for our food to support local, which is awesome. For me, growing up in a town that is very much mom and pop, you don't really have more than one of different things. And when you do, people that are very passionate about it very quickly start to recognize, oh, well, their sauce is a little different over at that one, or they just don't make the crust quite like, you know, the original over at this one. And so I'm not sure I want to open another Wizard of Za in Columbus. I think the whole thing that's happened in the last year is something that's very difficult to recreate. You know, there's something special about this location. One cheese fry. You are all set.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You guys enjoy. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. I want everybody to feel like this is their hometown pizza shop. Right now, all set. You have a good one. Enjoy. Have a great night. We want it to have that small mom and pop feel of like we've been open for 30 years.
Is it good?
We've been lucky now to serve, you know, tens of thousands of people pizza, which is mind-blowing because a year ago I'm by myself. I'm making, you know, I don't know, 30 pizzas a week. Now to just have an awesome team in here in Wizard with me, to have a great customer base, it's just a total dream come true. It just comes down to getting good people, good food, and so that's what everybody's hopefully gonna walk out the door feeling in the end.